You feel any pain at all?
I don't feel anything.
Good. You were numb then.
Mm-hmm.
So today, a patient with an involuted toenail came in. This is a type of ingrown toenail. And in this case, the patient had chronic ingrown toenails. They had prior ingrown toenail removal, but from prior trauma to this nail, the nail basically tented up and it formed a peak. And that peak essentially kept causing pain in shoes, and there's really no other good way except to remove that toenail. And the patient was willing, and so after numbing up that toe, we go ahead and remove it. And our plan is to add a chemical to the nail root, which is basically phenol or 89% carboxylic acid. And that will cauterize that nail root. As you can see, as I pull off that toenail, it's pretty well adhered to the nail bed. Trying to be careful not to tear into that nail bed. The bone is right underneath that tissue, and so that's why we have to be very careful. As you can see, it almost looks like a talon. It's thickened in the middle. Again, this patient had tried so many different things and it just did not work. So here I'm applying the phenol chemical, and the key is to make sure that the phenol is applied to the nail bed itself. So the nail grows from the proximal, or the nail fold where closer to the knuckle, and it also grows from the nail bed. So here I'm actually taking a little piece of that nail matrix or nail root, and all of that has to be removed. If there's any of this little tissue that is left over, it will actually start to grow nail. And that's not what he or I want for this procedure. We want this to be one and done, but if any of that nail tissue is left, it will grow, additional nail tissue. Not a complete toenail, but just enough nail to make it aggravating. And that's when you get those little hangnails that tend to grow back after a procedure like this. So having to really make sure that that's taken. I'm going to take a curette and further try to remove any extra nail matrix and nail tissue on the sides, as well as the back part of that nail fold. And it will bleed, and that's okay. Bleeding is good. Bleeding means that this toe will heal. We've got our trusty old blue tourniquet, which is our digital tourniquet, keeping it nice and dry, because if that phenol actually gets diluted by blood, it doesn't work as well. So that's why we really, need to have a dry, perfectly bloodless field if at all possible. So again, enough exposure to the phenol. They did studies a while back where it showed that having at least 60 seconds worth of application of the phenol can allow that nail matrix to be destroyed. Of course, I've got to tell my medical assistant to make sure that he's not getting into the camera shot here. Again, we're washing it out with alcohol. Alcohol dilutes the phenol and basically rinses it all off and kind of stops the chemocautery process. So I'm going to put a little bit of pressure on here. I always like to do a non-stick layer, and it's a simple Band-Aid, yes. And what this will do is that when he takes this off tomorrow morning, it won't stick, which sticking to a wound, is not fun. The patients do not like that. One trick for those who have a wound that is sticking with a bandage, hydrogen peroxide. Hydrogen peroxide, if you soak that or apply it to the wound, it will actually dissolve blood and allow you to remove a bandage a lot quicker. We're going to put our co-adhesive bandage around the gauze, and he's going to keep this on till tomorrow and then start to use soaks or the special wound gel that we use, Amerigel, and I'll see him back in a week to make sure it looks good. Hope you enjoyed. Make sure to subscribe. We'll see you next time.